Okay, this is Orlando Wilson, and what I want to talk about in this video is an aspect of this close protection business, security business, that a lot of people are in denial about. And that's if a client's under threat, if a client has a problem, that threat also applies to you, to your family, to your wife, to your children, etc., etc. A lot of people, especially in the close protection business, seem to think that the fact that they call themselves close protection operatives, executive protection specialists, that's going to scare away the criminals. You know what? If you actually think that, then you're on crack. Now, I say most people, to me, most people that's running security companies in the close protection business, they can't take care of themselves, let alone somebody else. And this is where you want to be thinking. If you're serious about being in the close protection business, you have to think about how you're going to protect yourself before you protect other people. And I say, most security companies, close protection companies, etc., they're not providing protection. They're providing security for insurance purposes. They're ticking a box on a form, nothing more than that. They're security accessories rather than actually providing the clients with services, professional services. So if you're working with clients and there's any potential threat, you also need to realize that that threat is going to apply to you. If you say, as I said, if you think the criminals will be put off attacking a client because the client has bodyguards with them or people that's got licenses or even firearms, then you're dreaming. You know what? The bad guys have got a lot more guns and the bad guys are a lot more wise. It makes me laugh, especially. I find it pathetic. Let's use, again, I'll bash UK again, because to me, the UK at the moment is gone from, as I said, 20, 30 years ago was the top of the security business, top of the security industry, best. These days it's joke. I see how many guys out of UK putting on their LinkedIn profiles, for example, they only work with high net worth individuals, or they're working for a private high net worth individual, etc. Okay, if you're putting that on LinkedIn, then I'm a criminal. I'm looking at that. It's like, okay, well, I know if I find you, which is easy to do, I just offer you a job interview for some BS job. If I locate you, which is not hard to locate anybody, especially if they got a license, which you need a license in UK, I can find the client. I'm going to find this high net worth individual that has the money, if nothing else, to hire security personnel. So by putting stuff like that on, people putting that they work for high net worth individuals, etc., all you're doing is telling the criminals how to find high net worth individuals that have money. If you think, and I've seen some of the clowns that do this in UK, I've looked at their profiles on LinkedIn, it's like, if you think criminals are going to be put off because you're protecting somebody, you know what? Your ego is out of control. So, as I said, a lot of people that's doing that don't realize the threats that they're exposing themselves to. UK's a pussy country, so you know what? The criminals have got easier ways to make money. But again, you're still exposing yourself to potential problems. And a little thing like that where somebody they work for a high net worth individual, etc. When I see that on somebody's profile, on somebody's resume, or see it on their public information, says to me, you're a complete and utter idiot and you haven't got a clue about the close protection business. You ain't got a clue. Even though you think you're a specialist, you don't have a clue. But this is back down to, as I was saying, understand if you're dealing with serious threats, you need to be able to protect yourself before you deal with, or before you even think about protecting clients. Because the most important person you will ever protect is yourself. If you have a family, then you need to make sure your children are safe, your wife is safe, etc. Because the criminals, if you're dealing with serious criminals, the first people they're going to go after, and I have stories about this, if they're looking to target a serious client for serious money, the first people they'll go after is the security team. They disable the security team, then they have access to the client. Easiest way to disable the security team, how do you get to people? Well, you get to the families before you get to the BGs, etc., etc. If people think it's all about the criminals are just going to be getting into confrontations and being tough guys, then again, you're an idiot. The bad guys, if they're looking to go after clients, serious clients, they're going to be doing their background checks, doing their surveillance, following the security team, working out who they are they armed, where they live, what they do, where's their families, etc. So again, the criminals to me are a lot more advanced and a lot more professional than I would say 99.9% of people in the security business. But that's the sad reality of things. So I hope this video makes a little bit of sense, gives you a little bit of information, and work out, again, part of your threat assessment, your first threat assessment needs to be on yourself and how you can protect yourself. Once you work out how to protect yourself and ensure you're secure from all the threats you could possibly encounter, which includes jealous, backstabbing competitors, once you can protect yourself, then you can look after clients. Or start to look after clients. So in the meantime, follow me along on social media. We have a lot more of these videos up on YouTube, on Risk Inc, etc. Follow me along on LinkedIn. We also got some stuff up on Instagram. I've got an array of books up on Amazon to do with various aspects of the security business, and we have an array of articles up on the blogs, my personal blog, Truth Only Has a Few Friends, and a Risk Incorporated blog. But if you're serious about the close protection business, if you're serious about looking after other people for a living and making money from doing it, you have to be able to protect yourself. And again, as I said, most people in the close protection business these days, they're nothing more than security accessories. I would say the vast majority are more liability than they are an asset. All they're doing is drawing attention to themselves, drawing attention to their clients. Some clients want that, as long as they don't have a serious threat. But again, to me, that's being a security fashion accessory rather than providing protection services. There's a big difference. So think about what I'm saying here. Be good, stay safe, and as always, stay out of trouble.